Yes.
Got it. Jhon, what city are you in?
Uh, Hi, Jaden. I'm Andres. I'm your translator, and I will translate that question to Jhon. Jhon, ¿en qué
Okay.
ciudad estás?
Okay.
Obviamente.
Okay.
We are in Cúcuta. We are in Cúcuta. We live in the border with Venezuela. Welcome, Jaden.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
really an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
I led you with Jhon in the questions. I got some questions from mine, but
Okay.
Jhon,
Wonderful.
no, wonderful to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here. Mucho gusto, Andrés.
Oh,
El gusto es nuestro.
Gracias.
The pleasure is us.
Speak a poquito, mucho poquito español, but
no problem.
Hablas bien, no problem.
Gracias. All right.
Bueno, gracias, Jaden, por la oportunidad. La verdad es un honor. Hemos visto su carrera desde sus principios hasta la actualidad. Yo quisiera empezar por una historia en la que trata sobre la inclusión, la música. Entonces yo te quiero preguntar sobre, ¿le gustaría alguna vez realizar un personaje que tenga alguna característica? Por ejemplo, vimos que en los premios de la Academia, hay una película Coda que ganó como una película de inclusión. Entonces te pregunto sobre si le gustaría participar alguna vez de un personaje que tenga de pronto esos dones especiales, por así decirlo.
That was quite a lot.
Okay. No. But I
will.
Yes. No, but it's okay. We're going early in your career. We are going to talk about the role that you did with your own voice, and if you could hear my own tune. And the question from Jhon is also going back to this role and going now with the movies that are in the actual days. As we know, Kodak won the Oscar. Jhon wants to know that if you want to do a role that got something to do with this thing of inclusion, I don't know if Jhon is asking you about doing a role about a person with handicaps or like Jhon, sí, un rol que una persona, digamos,
sí,
que...
De hecho, la historia se trata de dos personas, de dos chicos que se enamoran de una mujer sorda. Entonces, al ser un ambiente musical, pues es algo lindo.
Yes, and this question is because, as we know, this movie, if you could hear my own tune, is about two that persons that fall in love and it goes in like in a musical background. So do you want
Wait a moment, hold on, slow down. Hold on.
Yes.
One moment. No. Because I want to make sure I understand everything that you're saying. So you were speaking about inclusion, correct? Yes. What particular production are you talking about?
If you could hear my own tune.
Oh, yes.
Jhon always do that. Go early, man.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And I got some early movies too, but I will start with this.
Wow.
Yes. Jhon does that, man. Always does that.
Okay. So, when you were talking about inclusion, were you speaking about me as a person of color doing that? Or were you speaking about me working in a production in a particular space where maybe I'm working with people with disabilities and inclusion? Yes?
That's a connection.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure I understand you correctly, everything. Okay, thank you. Well, and all right. Wow. That goes way back to the very, very beginning of my career. You really did your homework. So I congratulate you on that. When we, at the beginning of our careers, we are trying to pick up as many productions as we possibly can. And all right, so I went to a pretty good school. I went to an Ivy League school, right? And they always were really encouraging in a way that our coaches, our tutors, our teachers always said, you know, you can be a dog, you can be a cat, you can be a tree, you can be a male, you can be a female. They would always say, if it's scary, do it. Challenge yourself. Always challenge yourself, right? So with this particular production, I heard about this woman who was deaf, and she was producing movies for deaf people, and I thought that was magnificent. Now I don't speak sign language, but I said that this would be amazing, because what better project to be on than one where you couldn't really voice things, but you had to mouth them, but people needed to see your intention and be able to get the story. I had never done anything like that before. And again, as I shared with you, back when I was at Yale, they always encouraged us to always challenge ourselves. So I met up with her. I had the audition. It was a very different kind of audition. And at that point in my career, you know, when you're first starting, you really just want to amass as much material as you can, because our agents, our managers, they need as much material on you as humanly possible, because our headshots, reels that we have, scenes that we do from different projects, these will be the vehicles that other people will see to say, I like him. Yeah, I want to choose him for this. You know what I mean? So that was different. I've never done another project working with the deaf before or after that. But what I did do is I booked another role where I was mute. And that's when I was on the Vampire Diaries. So, yeah. So see, it all comes full circle, because I actually have goosebumps just thinking about it, because, you know, sometimes we get these opportunities and one might say, I don't want to do this. Like, how is this going to help my career or anything? But if we choose to do something that challenges us, oftentimes what we realize is later on down the line, wow, that really helped me with this today. But I wouldn't have been able to see this that many years ago. It's just something that wouldn't have been in my front view mirror. So that's my answer to that question. And that producer is actually still doing films. She's actually done quite a few since then. You know, I try to keep in contact with people via social media and that kind of thing. But like anything, with every production that you do, you want to do something a little better, a little stronger. It's going to make you more money. It's going to give you more notoriety. You'll be working most probably with stronger actors. Me personally, I prefer to be the actor with the least experience in the room, because then I can only get better. You understand what I mean? So hopefully I answered that question. Next question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, because yes, no, Jhon always surprised me, and yes, Jhon hiciste la tarea, and you gave us the space to first say hi to Mirai Dogan, that we will interviewing another person from the Vampire Diaries. The first one was the amazing Hannah Firman, and the second is you. Okay. So Mirai, if you wanna ask something to Jaden, this is your time.
Hola, Mirai.
Hi.
Mucho gusto.
No, she's not Latina.
Oh, she's not. Oh,
no.
Okay. Excuse me. Where are you from, Mirai?
Trinidad, the Caribbean.
Oh, the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm half Cuban, half Antiguan myself.
Okay.
So my dad's from Antigua, but my mom's from Cuba. Yeah.
My dad's from Turkey, but my mom's from Trinidad, and I'm from Trinidad.
Okay. Pleasure. Okay, ask away. What would you like to know?
What was your favorite scene in the Vampire Diaries?
What's my favorite scene? My favorite scene is the scene that I had with oh my God, hold on one second. Sometimes you do so many projects. There was a scene when I'm first confronting the Damon's brother.
Yeah.
Right? And he didn't know who I was. You know, I'm a few thousand years old. And, you know, I stop in front of his car and he comes out, and I really just wanted to have a conversation with him, but he starts to berate me. So then that's when I used mind power and I dropped him to his knees. And then my mom comes out and she kind of makes me go to the side. But it was establishing, it was my favorite scene in everything that I did, because it really established what my powers were that I could do, and that I wasn't going to be some wild and crazy guy. I could still be composed, but I could still hurt you if I wanted to, but I could be spoken to. So it's the reason that it's my favorite scene is because it touts the line in between power and knowing when not to use the power. So it was an establishing scene. So that was actually one of my favorites. That was my favorite for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and catching bullets and stuff is always great. Yeah.
They did a lot of that in the show.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. Next question.
Oh, thank you, Mirai.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mirai. Cesar, John,
César.
I'm fat. Cesar is. I'm happy because we got Colombia and we got now Mexico with Cesar. So Cesar is another of our friends from the channel.
Nice.
Cesar,
Señor
Hola, ¿qué tal a
Cesar.
todos? Hola, buenas noches a todos. Un placer estar acá.
Pleasure.
Bueno, yo también quiero seguir por la línea de diarios de vampiros y quiero preguntarle a nuestro invitado, a él, qué representan los vampiros en el cine y en la televisión y qué es lo más divertido de interpretarlos.
This is a cool question from Cesar. Continuing with Diaries de Vampiros, Vampire Diaries. Yes, what is the most funny, great aspect to play a vampire?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys something. You're gonna laugh when I tell you this, right? So this is the best part about playing a vamp. Well, wow. Okay, so I grew up a nerd. I was really, really skinny. I had bad acne. Yeah. Nobody knows this. You just see your face, John. He's like, what? Right?
Don't lie, man.
Yeah,
Don't lie.
no. I'm serious. I will actually publish some of these photos at some point in time so people can say, what the heck? Right? So I was this thin. I had acne all over my face. I had thick glasses on. Yeah, I still wear glasses to this day, but you would never know that, right? So first of all, my ex-girlfriend, now I'm gonna answer what's my favorite part about being a vampire, but I'm gonna bring it full circle. So my ex-girlfriend, her favorite show was the Vampire Diaries. She would go on and on and on and on and on and on about it, right? I had been out of school maybe about 2 years, and the relationship wasn't working out. But I'll never forget, I was doing background at the time. Do you guys know what background is? Okay, so I was doing background work, kind of stalking the other actors. I would always have my pen and I'm writing down what the actors are doing and everything. And I'm saying, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to borrow that. I'm going to borrow that. So she said, my ex-girl said, you'll never be more than a background actor. That's what she said to me. She said, you'll never do principal work. And I took that as a challenge, right? And when I found out I was cast, because first of all, my character in the Vampire Diaries, Beau, they wanted a 6'4" white guy with green eyes and blonde hair. Now, aside from my blonde hair, I totally have green eyes, right? Right? So I'm saying they cast me. So they had a reputation for only hiring like beautiful people. You know what I mean? Like very, very sexy and beautiful people. And I'm this guy who, I had acne and glasses. Now, obviously I didn't look like that anymore, but I get an opportunity to be on this show with these actors who have household names all over the world. And not only do I get to play a vampire, but I'm also a witch. So I have additional powers as well. The best part about being a vampire is, one, I've always like fantasized about being a vampire anyway. Halloween and that kind of thing when you go out. And actually, oh yeah, of course, right. So knowing one, you get a chance to play it, but two, part of our job is to make the words on the paper jump off, make them so much better than the way that they were written. That's what the writers want. They want you to truly embody a character. It can't just be, oh, you're just saying the words. No. You have to make them live. So the backstory that I gave myself was so deep, and it went back so many thousands of years that when I was actually on set, I wouldn't turn back to Jaden until I literally drove away. So I was the character the whole time. Even when we went to lunch, if I was on break, if I went back to the trailer, I'm still a vampire that's a few thousand years old. So knowing I had these powers, I can move things, I had mind control is just amazing. It's one of the best feelings ever. You feel like a Marvel superhero, but it's even better because you're mysterious, and what woman doesn't love vampires, right? It's one of those things. Yeah. Hopefully I've answered that question. Yeah.
I will enjoy myself when I translate it. And,
yeah, okay.
And just Mirai, what woman can resist to that vampire powers, no? Anyone. Jhon, tuviste que Jaden dijo las palabras mágicas. Haz la pregunta. Dijo Marvel.
Bueno, hablamos de Luke Cage primero, ¿no? Entonces, yo quiero preguntarte sobre, bueno, sabemos de que lo bueno de no solo del cómic, sino también de la película, que representa todos los héroes afroamericanos. Pero yo te quiero preguntar, ¿cuál es la representación tuya que tú consideras que para ti sería un superhéroe? Que tú lo quieres interpretar, que tú lo quieres, por ejemplo, ser como ese ejemplo, ya sea de un cómic o de que tú lo crees por ti mismo.
Y me puedes dar paso incluso a mi pregunta. Okay, I will miss my question with John's question, because yes, we are going to talk about Luke Cage. Here in Latin America is huge, I know, in the whole world. But the question from John is there like a hero, maybe from a comic or maybe from real life, that you want to play? In fact, I got here, I know that in this movie you appear in the beginning, but I always love that in the comments in the web, they always talk about your role in Hidden Figures.
Oh, Hidden Figures, yes.
Yes, I love that movie. And I love the representation of the heroic figure of the Afro-Americans. So tell us something about the role in Luke Cage, but there is like a hero that you want to play in real life or in the comics?
Silver Surfer. Marvel's Silver Surfer. He was always my favorite character growing up. He didn't even talk, but he was so powerful. He was so mysterious. His character reminds me a lot of Bo in the Vampire Diaries. He's very, very contained. You don't know what he's capable of, but he's a good guy. You know, I played a lot of dangerous characters, you know, quote unquote bad, like bad boy type of things. But I mean, Thor is a bad guy too. So Iron Man is a badass too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would definitely say Silver Surfer. And that's actually on the table. They've been playing around with scripts for a while now. Marvel, yeah. So I'm throwing my name in the hat for that. Silver Surfer. Yeah.
I hope this become like a premonition, and then we will load the video. Man. In fact, I will translate that to Jhon. Jhon, no solo Silver Surfer, y se lo dije a Jaden. En Marvel están jugando con el hecho de dar este tipo de rol y uno de los nombres que suena Jaden. Espero subas el video después cuando esto sea real.
Y ojalá se haga.
Por favor, please, fingers crossed, dedos cruzados.
Yeah.
César o Jhon, como quieran. Mira, ¿quién quiere?
Bueno, César.
¿O quién?
Sí.
Ok,
César.
Mi siguiente pregunta va porque, bueno, Jaden ha interpretado a muchos personajes de carácter fuerte, de carácter rudo, ha hecho oficiales, ha hecho policías, entonces quiero preguntarle cómo se prepara para estos personajes y si quisiera interpretar o ha interpretado personajes que son lo opuesto a esto.
This is a great question, and I will miss something that I saw on the net. I feel wrong because I didn't finish that movie, but I will finish it. The question is, yes, you had played both sides, the tough guy, but also the not tough guy.
Yeah.
Which of these roles do you prefer? And one of the movies that keep me interested, I watched, but I need to finish it, is 5-Star. And it's on Tubi. Yeah. It's on Tubi. And I was watching.
Interesting. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Okay.
And tell me if I need to finish it or not.
Okay. Yeah, definitely finish it. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie. Yeah. But he actually did another one. Keith Miller, the director, did. All right. So he did 5-Star, but the first one that he did was even better. It was called Welcome to Pine Hill. And it was the movie that first really thrust me out into Hollywood. It was an independent. Usually it is an independent that does that. So, you know, we really hope that we get fantastic scripts, something that we can sink our teeth into that's meaningful. So to answer your question, I've done the good guy roles. I've done the bad guy roles. Which do I prefer? Okay. This is a little political, right? Because you know, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and, you know, women's empowerment and everything that people of color have been fighting for here in America for so long, we know we can do the bad guy roles. You know, I have played, oh my God, I played pedophiles, rapists, killers, vampires, superheroes, super criminals. You know, I've done all of that. It's very easy to do that stuff. And moreover, I think it's predictable. You know, they say, oh yeah, tall, big, black guy, you know, I could see him in this, you know. I actually prefer to play very, very human roles. So when I first got it's interesting that you said Hidden Figures, because when I first saw the script for that, oh my God, I cried. I said, oh my God. Because we want to have a script that we can say, I am honored to do this. It is the best thing ever to do this script. And I prefer roles that the character can have a little edge to him. So maybe he can have bad moments, but if the character is just bad just for the sake of being bad and you don't know why he's bad, like what did he go through? It's important for the audience to be able to relate to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes what the writers do is that they write for sensationalism, you know? Or if there's a particular stereotype, they say, oh, like this is how we're gonna write that. But I'll give you a perfect example. My friend Mahershala Ali, right? So he's won 2 Oscars now. And when he first started, all he did was bad guy roles. You know, Matthew McConaughey, when Matthew McConaughey first started, all he did was, you know, he played the surfer, he was talking to the girls, he's smoking weed, you know, it was kind of like, it was kind of like the funny guy.
All right.
Right. But there comes a time in every actor's career that we want to do something of substance. We want to do something that touches people's hearts. We want to do something that's moving and inspirational and captivating. We want to do something that my kid would say, oh my God, I want to be like daddy in that. You know what I mean? So it's great to be, you know, kicking butt and taking names. Don't get me wrong. That's fun. But if you ask me what I prefer roles that, you know, the person viewing it would say, oh my God, I've never seen Jaden like this before. Like this really touched my heart. You know what I mean? And people left the theater with a different perspective than what they came in with. So yeah, I much rather prefer touching roles. But this is all right, show business. The business of show. So I remember one of my coaches once said to me, you have to be the fantasy that you look like. Right? So when most people see me, when, you know, they have a particular thought when they hear my voice, which is really deep. They'll have a particular idea of the kind of roles that I'll play. Now I can change that up at any point in time, but I understand. Like everybody has a vision, you know, of what a character would look like. So, you know, sometimes I have to ask myself, well, would I even cast myself in this very, very human role? And that's what I'm in the process. Well, this is what I've been working on for the last year. I've actually been rebranding myself. Yeah, because after I did Vampire Diaries, I kept getting offers for just bad guys. And I said, okay, there's but so many bad guys you can do. You know, a lot of actors say, oh, I don't want to be typecast because I don't want to keep doing the same thing. But that's actually foolish, because what you want to do is that you want to be known for a particular kind of thing. Like Denzel Washington has always been the good guy in a bad situation. But then when he did Training Day, everyone's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is crazy. I've never seen him like this before. So at an interview, the interviewer asked him, so out of all the roles that you played, which one is closest to you as a person? He says, Training Day. And they're like, did you hear what this guy said? No one would have ever thought that. But again, he looks like the good guy. So that's what he was casting for so long. That's why everyone is so shocked by what Will Smith did, because he's always been the nice guy. He's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, but there's always another side to us. So that's my answer. I want to work on more human roles, but I still want to play the Silver Surfer.
we know that this movie that he wrote deals with a very difficult subject, kidnapping, raping. Do you think that if somebody watched this movie, maybe a woman, can help her to deal with this sadly real situation? Because we know that this movie deals with hard subjects like raping, like kidnapping.
Wait a moment. Exactly which movie are you referring to?
Alabama Girl.
Oh, Alabama Girl. Yeah.
Yes. And in fact, we will load later the interview from her. She's amazing. She's an amazing person. We love her.
Oh, you want to interview Shakita as well?
No, we interview her.
Oh, okay. You did already?
Yes. Jhon, ya le dije que ya la entrevistamos. Yes.
Oh
we
my
interview her.
God.
It's one of the interviews that we need to load, man. I love this channel, man.
Bonita.
We got the
Excellent.
interview. We got the look
Wow.
to interview her, to interview you, to interview Mirai. This
Yeah.
channel is amazing.
Yeah. To answer your question, I think it's really important that people, it's a tender thing because my ex-girlfriend did a project on sex trafficking, right? There's many ways to approach a project, but I think so much of what happens these days happens on a visual level, and it's art imitating life, right? I think it's important that these kinds of programs and these kinds of shows be done because they give different perspectives on the same thing. It's said that if two cars have an accident and you have 5 people that witness the accident and you interview them, everybody will say something different happened. It all depends on the way you're looking at it from, your individual perspective. When I was in college, initially, no one knows this, but I was going to be an OBGYN. That's a woman's doctor. Right. But when I was in school for the first 2 years, I was a rape counselor. So I would have a lot of conversations with women and, their experiences, horrendous experiences. And a lot of these happened, when they were children or like young girls, adolescents, like that type of thing. So everybody needs one to talk about these things because for so long, in generations of past, people didn't really talk about this stuff. This stuff needs to be discussed. This stuff needs to be viewed, in a comfortable, safe setting for people where they could perhaps see things that they may have gone through. But I think if it elicits a conversation and people could get a different perspective and people can get things out, I think it's a fantastic thing. I think it's something that needs to be done, and I fully support it. Fully support it. But again, even with stuff like that, so in Shakita's project, I was playing a sex trafficker myself. But and you'll find this out because that project hasn't ended yet. There'll be more of that. You'll find out that when I was younger, I was also molested. So sometimes, no, the character, not me, but the character. And
anyways, it's sad.
yeah. And it's said that hurt people hurt people. You understand? It's almost like that's the default. They think that that's the way to do things because that's just, what they grew up with, Yeah.
Wow.
I cannot wait to Jhon to load the Shakira's interview, but I cannot wait to upload this interview, man. I'm enjoying it. Jhon, César.
Yo quiero, bueno,
Jhoncito, dale.
yo quiero finalizar y para que obviamente
César.
Sí, nos despidamos y César y todo. Yo te quiero preguntar, yo creo que es la película más rara que yo he visto de usted, Jaden. O sea, eso fue que me la vi en el 2017, pero créame que yo quedé pasmado. Solo quiero que definan una palabra y qué piensas de la película Protocol.
I have to learn Spanish and I have to learn Portuguese. I've just made up my mind. I have to learn both.
I really need to learn Portuguese because we interviewed with a Brazilian friend. Oh man, I thought I understand and no.
Yeah,
I only can say
yeah.
parabéns and
I want to
obrigado.
understand everything. Go ahead, Andres.
Yes, no. Before we end, but César, ¿tú no tienes más preguntas? No. Okay, no. I was asking to my friends if they got more questions. No, this is the final. Before we end out, and we send some highs because not only from Mirai, but I got to send a hi to a fan of the Vampire Diaries too. Jhon said that he watched one of the most strange movies from your career and that he had seen, that his Protocol. So if you got something to say about this movie, you made Jhon a happy man because he said that.
Did he like that? Jhon, did you like Protocol?
Yes.
That's excellent. I actually produced that. The producer. Yeah. That was done with a good friend of mine. And oh my God, that was so much fun because I love science fiction. I really, really love science fiction. And it was just a really, really great story. So, you know, he didn't have the funding for it at the time. It was an independent, but I said, oh man, I gotta see this. And that work actually got me a lot more work as well, Jhon, because in that, again, I'm like this, I'm the bad guy again, but I'm very, very manipulative and I'm very, very calculating, and it would set the road for many other roles that would come up subsequently after that. Protocon was a blast. Most of the guys that I work with are actually my friends. I'm really glad you guys did your homework, man. I'm just like, wow, oh my God.
Man, we are on a small channel, but we do our homework well.
Yeah,
I love this channel. And yes, I need to do my homework because I really need to end 5-star. So thanks to recommend it.
Yeah, and welcome to Pine Hill.
Yes, I will search it.
Welcome to Pine. Same director.
And I need to translate that because Jhon will lose her head. Jhon, es que él la produjo.
Okay.
Él la produjo, fue muy gracioso porque pues él le encantó la idea. El director.
Would you like me to send you the link for it in the chat?
Please.
Yeah,
Jhon, nos va a enviar el link de. It's crazy because Jhon watched it on 2017. I don't know where. But I will translate to Jhon while you send it. Jhon, es que se le ayuda a producir el amigo. Sabes que él es un malo, pero es un malo muy, dice que está muy feliz, que gracias a esa película es la que más trabajo le ha conseguido. Yo creo que se merece un aplauso y vamos a los saludos. ¡Bravo!
Bravo.
No, o sea, genial. Mientras nos pasa el link, porfa, un saludo para Colombia, los futuros proyectos, las redes sociales, bueno, que saluda a Mirai, que saluda a César.
Bueno, pero primero con, Jaden, the camera is yours. Man, send a big hi to the channel, to Colombia, to wherever you want, and tell us about the next project that you want and the social media so people can follow you.
Okay, will do. I'm just gonna send you for Welcome to Pine Hill. I just put that in.
Uy, Jhon nos va a mandar Welcome to Pine Hill. I will tell to Jhon, esa película es del director de 5-star. Dice que él le gusta, que hayamos hablado de 5-star, yo le prometí terminarla, pero que dice que Welcome to Pine Hill, mejor proyecto que hay que seguir. Y tú sabes que es nivel.
Un momento, I'm just pulling up Welcome to Pine Hill as well.
I'm translating to my friend.
Okay, so I'll pull up that one as well to send to you. 5-star as well. 5-star.
Yes. I can send the link from 5-star. I got it on Tubi.
Oh, you have it? Oh, okay. All right.
I will send it to my friends. Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay. So, shout outs. Oh, okay. I definitely want to give a shout out to all my Latin friends all over the world. I love you guys. I'm so, so thankful to have you. You guys are the best fans ever. Just the, you know, vampires and superheroes. You guys are passionate. You believe in magic, and without you guys, we wouldn't even exist. So, you know, I always like to pay homage to the people who actually go out and see these projects, whether it's in the movies or actually subscribe to a Netflix or a Hulu or an Amazon to come and see us and support these shows. Thank you so much. I want to say a shout out to my friends out in Turkey as well. Murray, yeah, I have a lot of friends out there. I've been to Istanbul 3 times. Yes. And it was amazing. Oh my God. Just thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the support. And I give you my word. I promise you, I will keep putting out bangers. What I'll be working on, what I've been working on right now, 2 projects. One, Long Slow Exhale. I'm trying, it's specifically on a particular network. It's on Spectrum, and I play a deputy. Like, so, you know, like you said, Andres, it's either the good guy or the bad guy. And it is a college, it's a show about sex, college, and college scandals. You know, a lot of coaches have been accused of raping players and that kind of thing, and putting Mickeys in drinks and that kind of stuff. It's a lot of murder. It's a lot of intrigue. Really, really sexy. Very, very well done. Excellent story. It's on Spectrum now. At the end of the year, it will be on BET. So then it'll be released worldwide. But right now, Spectrum has it specifically. The other thing that I've been working on is a project called 3 Women. And this is going to be really interesting for you guys to hear. I actually play a swinger. Yeah. It's on Showtime. And are you familiar? I don't know if you're familiar with the actor Blair Underwood.
Yes.
Yeah. So Blair Underwood is married. I'm married. It's a TV show, and Blair Underwood's wife and my wife, all 4 of us get together. It's heterosexual, but we're swapping each other's wives, and it's very different to anything you've ever seen me do before, because I'm nude, but it's very tastefully done. You should see Caesar's face. Caesar John is like, oh God.
I will say it in Spanish. Desnudo, desnudo.
Exactly.
Sí, entendí.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand.
Yeah. So those are the 2 projects that I'm on right now. Oh yeah. So I'm on a brand new project. We start shooting at the tail end of next month. It's called The Follower, right? And it's about a whole bunch of Generation Z Instagram these Instagram supermodels and everything. So they're all famous, and there's a serial killer that's stalking them. So it's kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer meets Final Destination, right? And I'm actually one of the leads in the movie, and I'm playing Detective Brian. I'm also producing that as well. This will be the third project I produced since Protocon, actually. Yeah, but this is more big budget. It's about $3 million. So yeah, so that's what I'm on now, and hopefully that Marvel that Silver Surfer comes through. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
And social media, so people can follow you?
Yes. So it is official Jaden Kaine. So it's the word official, OFFICIAL, Jaden, JAIDEN KAINE. It's AI in both names, like artificial intelligence. Jaden Kaine. Yeah. And I'll be, oh my God, what? Oh yeah. And I also just got off, I was in Hawaii for about 3 weeks on NCIS. So I played, it was really awesome. I played a South African pirate. So that was pretty hot as well. Yeah, it's been busy.
A really hard accent. I read that the South African accent is really, really hard. Oh,
I lived there though. I lived there for about 4 years. I was married to a girl from South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. You see, I'm many thousands years old.
Yes,
so
yes.
I've had many lives.
And Mirai, do you wanna say something to Jaden, or Jaden, you wanna say something to Mirai? I'm happy to have you both here. Mirai is an old friend from the channel. But go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I just wanted to say thank you for having me on. I love meeting new people from all over the world, saying hi. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support on the shows and actually asking great questions, because we don't get a chance to do this. If it's on Instagram, you know, we're being interviewed, whatever, and it's just that one person. But when there's a forum like this, it's just a lot of fun. You know, it's a little challenging because we don't know exactly what anyone's going to say, but I like it a little bit more. So thank you. Yeah.
Before you talk to Mirai, please do me a favor. Send a hi. She's called Mariale.
Mariale?
Mariale, yes. She's a fan from the Vampire Diaries, please.
Where is she from?
Bogota, from Colombia, from our city. She's a friend. In fact, I always watch movies with her. She's a friend, of course. I always watch movies with her every weekends. We are friends.
Okay.
And she's gorgeous.
Hola, Mariale. It's Jaden, otherwise known as Bo from the Vampire Diaries. I compel you to be the most awesome person you can possibly be from this point forward. It is done.
Thank you so much, Jhon. Before Mirai, do you want to say something to Jaden? And go ahead. Mirai.
You wanted to say something? Jhon?
Mirai. Do you want to say something to Jaden?
Do you want to say something else?
Like what?
No,
anything. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Pleasure's all mine. Thank you. Are you an aspiring actress?
Yep. And a filmmaker too.
Why didn't you say that?
I just started making my script right now for my film. It's called 21st Century Cleo.
What is it called?
21st Century Cleo.
Beautiful. What is the log line? What is it about?
An Egyptian princess.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I applaud you for writing and getting your thoughts out like that. So many of us have these talents, but they just kind of fall on deaf ears. This is one of the hardest careers to be in. It is really, really challenging. I call it this occupation, being in this side of entertainment. I always say it's like having a girlfriend or a boyfriend who you're crazy in love with, but they cheat on you all the time. But you can't leave them. You got to stick in there, because at any point in time, it may all be about you. So you got to keep on going. You know, I know a lot of other, you know, I'm a writer as well, right? And I have a lot of other writer friends and actor friends who have so much talent. Some of them have more talent than me. You know, I've seen their work and I'm blown away, but they don't have any credits. you know, they won't move to where, you know, there's more work. They just, I don't know. It just, I've always been afraid of dying and my tombstone saying had most potential, but didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So good for you. Good for you. And yeah, since you know Andres, and I'll tell you this, because this is a little known secret. This is from me to you guys, everyone here. You'd be surprised how many of us work on an independent project. It doesn't have to be making a lot of money if it has a great script. So if you have an idea, reach out to people, whether it's on IG. If you usually hit up their managers will give them the script. Their agents usually won't, you know, but if you put together a bucket list of people that you want in your project, you might be surprised on who you get. So just keep doing your thing. Congratulations on that. I wish you the best.
Thank you. I'm still casting everyone and stuff.
What'd you say?
I'm still casting everyone.
Yeah, nah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but reach out. You might be surprised.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Is that all, Andres?
Yes. I want to say some things. Mirai, that was amazing. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
She was interviewed before in the channel. Amazing interview. It's cool to talk about writers. I'm a writer too. And yes, it's great to have writer friends. Mirai, congratulations. No, Jaden, thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Bye. Ciao.
Muchas gracias. Mucho gusto.
Muchas gracias.
Have a great one.
Muchas gracias.
Bye. Jhon, Ray, Caesar, all my best.
God bless.
Good night. Bye now.
Okay.